Oh, I've loved my little excursion into professional life again. But, of course, I love my home life. I think it'd be lovely just to combine the two, to rush back into one's home.
How long did it take you to rehearse for this concert?
I started practicing just before Christmas. And Christmas came and I didn't do much. After Christmas, then I started practicing 5 hours a day.
Because you have, in fact, not touched the piano for 6 years ago.
No, I haven't. I just hated it.
Did you find technique came back to you very quickly?
Very quickly, yes. I've got some splendid exercises, so that was all right. And what with all the cream I've rubbed into my hands, I think that helped. And I think the gardening helped.
So you think you will carry on certainly practicing now?
Certainly. Why, yes, I can't stop playing to myself now. The urge has come back.
Was it this concert that did it?
Well, no, not quite, because the love for music came back first.
Were you very frightened about this?
No, I wasn't. That was very strange, wasn't it? Because I used to get panic-stricken before, but this time I felt very calm, and I seemed to have more authority, and I was more rested.
Do you think you could now start a new career in music, with a new outlook on it?
Well, that's terribly difficult because there is so much practicing to do. You see, already for the concert, I had to get up at 6 o'clock, spread my 5 to 6 hours work out so that I could get a rest in between. Well, then there's not very much left of the day if you do that. So that's the big problem. The career needs so much preparation.
When you were rehearsing, did you have to go right back to the beginning and start learning to play the piano again, or did you pick up where you left off?
You mean for this concert? Oh, no. I played 20 minutes exercises each day. That was the first thing. I found that I did have to do probably more exercises and to limber up a little more.
So sort of a mature person giving it up and going back to it, it's easier than, say, these two child
Yes, in
prodigies.
other words, when I took out the Rachmaninoff, it was all there. I knew it all from memory. It was just a matter of polishing it again and perhaps changing my ideas on certain parts of it. So it was quite interesting. I would love to do that with all my past repertoire now, giving them a new look.
When you were away from the concert platform, did you completely cut yourself off from musical life?
Oh, completely. And from people as well for the first 2 years. I felt so depleted I couldn't even ring anybody up.
During the period of rest, if we call it that, I gather you took up a lot of new hobbies.
A lot of interesting things, lovely things. I love making cakes, but the greatest is my garden.
But you also have been playing the guitar, I gather.
Yes, I took lessons for about 3 months, but finally had to give it up because it hypnotized me and I wanted to practice 5 or 6 hours a day.
So you gave up everything?
Everything went, even listening.
You didn't even listen at all?
No. I felt that my whole body had been so filled with sound that it also needed the rest.
And there's a sort of myth attached to it, the clothes, the exotic clothes that you wear when you're on the concert platform. You used to change your clothes in between concertos sometimes.
Yeah, well, that was only during the war.
Why?
Well, I sort of got hot. It takes a lot of exertion playing a concerto, and you get terribly hot and tired, and that went with the hair too, because I used to have long hair in those days, and if I got hot, I just put a couple of combs in and put it up. Tell you the truth, I don't know anything about clothes at all. I'd much rather wear my gardening trousers.
What about the future?
Well, I'll answer all my telegrams and letters first, and then sit and have a little think.
Eileen Joyce, who says she was born in a tent in Tasmania, but who was sent by Percy Granger to study the piano in Germany, also came to England when she was very young.
My very first BBC studio broadcast was with Sir Adrian Boult. We played that day the E minor Chopin concerto. Of course, I was very young then, and this was a wonderful opportunity for me, and it was only natural that I was nervous. Only those who've been through this know how hard it is for a young, unknown musician, especially one from 12,000 miles away, to face the harsh reality of a world in which the finest artists were competing.